If you're a community member, I'm opening up the community only line. If you guys want to be brought up on video or audio, that is open for you guys. Otherwise, you can just drop it in the chat and then I'll get through those questions as well. Yeah, let's get you guys unstuck. If you guys are stuck, have any questions, any concerns, any of that stuff, let me know. But speaking of Ableton, Miguel, I heard that this week, I think Steve actually posted about it too. Claude has they now have connections with Splice and Ableton and like some other creative apps. Splice, I'm not sure how much we could use that, but the Ableton joint, I haven't played around with it. I may try and mess with it. I still have Ableton on the computer. It has not been updated in a very long time, but I'm curious to see what that connection is like with Claude, seeing if it's anything special or whatever. So maybe I'll play around with that. But it's pretty cool to see, these platforms start to integrate with some of the tools we use every day as producers, so that hopefully we can, optimize parts of the production process, even if it's not generating music and things like that. If we can kind of optimize other parts of the production process so we can work faster, I think that'll be super dope. So I'm curious to see what that's like. Things have been changing like crazy, man. Not changing, but developing just with AI in general. Like everybody, every week is just dropping something new. Whether it's Google, whether it's OpenAI, Anthropic, all of them. Like they're just going absolutely nuts. I also used my stem creation skill officially on a project a couple days ago. That was to create stems for an album I'm working on for a publisher. Pretty much got everything. Organization of the session is the big thing. Once I got everything organized there, drums, synths, like synth melody, the creating the stems and like naming them was pretty straightforward. And I feel like the more it does it, the quicker it does. It didn't do the little weird solo thing at the top, which was good. That made the process go faster. Yeah, it didn't take too long for it to kind of go through, do what it needed to do. Yeah, so I sat there, I let it bounce stems, and I went and basically did other stuff in the studio while I was doing that. So that was pretty cool. I did run into one hiccup at the end where it came time to save as a template, and I think it was because of how, I think it was like the workspace or the file or something. It was like a read-only file. So something, they had gave me a couple options. I didn't have time because I was just trying to get it done. So I think I may have to like do some tweaks, either like where that skill is stored or just have it. Yeah, I have to do something so that it can kind of save that, and pull that template up. So yeah. Miguel says, what got me into the Ableton Move is that it's a synthesizer, has sampling capabilities, recording. You can send projects to Ableton. The only downside is that it has only 4 tracks. Oh, that's pretty cool. That I didn't know it was like an actual synth, and can sample and stuff. That's pretty dope. 4 tracks is limiting, I guess. Rich says, did you say you uploaded the Logic manual PDF to Claude to give it something to read and learn from? Yes, I did. I uploaded that Logic PDF. So it might have helped. It might have helped it move a little bit faster and navigate things. So yeah. Do you use GitHub? You could create a repo to house all of your skills. Yes, I do have GitHub. Thanks to just this whole rabbit hole of AI stuff. I've used GitHub in the past for some like other little fun IT projects, but then I kind of revisit it with everything that I've been building with Claude. So that I think that was one of the recommendations, either having everything there where we can update, or having, I think it was a JSON file uh, just saved in a different location, so that can update and then it can pull from that. So I have to go back and do that. So yeah, we got Michael McConnor. Michael McConnor. It comes out so naturally now. He's calling in. Let's bring him up. See what questions he has. Yo, what's up, bro? Can you hear me?
How you doing? Can you? I'm good. I'm just gonna mute the other one. Hold on.
Okay.
This. Hold on. Let me pause. Okay. Cool. It's a question about the bouncing actually and the stem splitting.
Yo.
Do you Are you using that to bounce them in place, or are you? Is it the ex? Is it using the export files?
It's the export
Um,
files.
Export files. Okay.
Yep.
So, do you ever experience any stems that for no reason, if all the plugins are disabled, that the wave file is like maxed out? I've turned off the
The
turn off
normalize.
protection, the normalize is off, because sometimes like the volume on the fader is fairly low.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, does the stem splitter, or does Claude handle that? Like, does it take care of that? Do you experience that basically? Is the question.
I don't think it'll do anything outside of what you have set in your DAW.
Okay.
Sometimes if you have, depending on what plugins you have on your mastering chain, like if there's a compressor or a limiter or something like that, and let's say you're creating a stem and there's other
Mhm.
sounds that are now muted, it may compensate for that extra headroom that it may have now because it doesn't have the other instruments. So if you have some compression going on, that could be the reason why that sound is maybe, maxing out or being louder than it would be in the whole mix, the context of the whole mix. So that's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's a good point. I've just noticed it happens with almost random parts of the track. So the
Hmm.
last one I was doing like was marimba, and for
Mm-hmm.
some reason marimba was like head there was no headroom on the waveform top or bottom. So I was like, I've turned
Wow.
everything off. Everything is soloed. It's all, all the plugins disabled.
Yeah.
Still getting this one random output that is like maxed out. I'm like, couldn't
That's
figure out.
weird.
So I was wondering if, yeah, just wondering if that was something that you configured by yourself, or is that something that Claude does for you?
Yeah. No, no, Claude didn't
Yeah.
do anything in terms of that. But
Okay.
yeah, no, that is weird. And then it doesn't do it when you play the track back in the DAW.
No. And so if I bring all the files in from the export into a new session, if the version that has the MIDI, if it's all MIDI, let's say,
Mm.
all the MIDI plays fine at the right levels. There's no peaking. There's no, odd levels or anything. But then you play the exported stems unmixed, unmastered. But then there's ones that are just like louder
That's
than the rest. So just yeah,
yeah,
just
that's weird.
thought, yep. There was another question, but I can't remember it now. So I'll type it in the chat because
Okay, cool. No problem, man.
cool.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Yep. Gotta love technology, man. Um, Let me see. But yeah, GitHub is great. GitHub and Railway have become like go-tos for sure. For all of the building stuff that happens. Um, so yeah, shout out to Claude. Claude's been crushing it, and Claude Code has been crushing it. Claude Design sort of crushing it. The usage is crazy though. Right now, like you do a couple projects and that is gone. Um, but I don't use that. I don't use that much. At least right now. We'll see what happens as it you know as it develops. But for right now, that's pretty much it. So yeah, so stem creation, that's been working. Well, it worked for that project. Make a couple more tweaks, and I think I'll have it where I needed to be. And then what else? I haven't really built anything else since that. Like this week was, like I said before, it was just I've just been heavy in production, so haven't had a bunch of extra time to just kind of fool around and try new things. So yeah. Any other questions, drop them in the chat. If you're a hub member, you can come up on video if you like, or audio. I seen Native Instruments is still kicking. Apparently, they just dropped another MPC, an MPC kind of thing, sound pack for the MPC. I may grab it. It seemed like it has some dope sounds in there. Let me see. Gas got a hold of Nate. Cymatics had another plugin for $1 called Dark Sky. Man, gas is serious, man. It's a serious thing. And then Janelle gave us an update on Contact 8 software updates. So we'll see. I've been having so many issues with Contact 8. I think the last few projects I've produced, I think the only thing that's been Contact has been Rise and Hit. Yeah. I think everything else I just went back to Atmosphere too, because I kept opening the thing and stuff is just gone. Like a whole plugin instances just disappear. So maybe those bug fixes in this update will be addressed. But it looks like everybody's hopping on the Aftertouch vibe. I think that's a part of this Contact 8 update.